I guess y'all finally having a conversation of why you can't be pro-black with a white wife. And since I've been the one pushing this agenda for years, let me just be the one to come out and say this. Having a white wife while you're going against the system of white supremacy is like a Hispanic joining ICE. It does not matter if a few of them believe in due process. They are socialized to be against you. White women, no matter what, are systematically indoctrinated to have an inadvertent, disgusting amount of privilege. They're raised in purity, as the black man is demonized, as the black man is the villain, as the black man is overmasculated. This is deeply embedded. We are on two different paths since birth. Black men, we have to grow up internalizing the oppression. We have to bottle up all of this history and anger that we have and somehow take it and turn it into pride. We have to constantly, over and over and over, throughout our lifetime, go through breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. When you are a young black man and you learn your history, the first thing you do is get angry. But you can't get angry because that's part of the plot. Another thing you have to do is internalize all of this hate and oppression, recognize your oppressor, and then once you bottle it all up, you can't get angry. You have to learn how to maneuver and operate in a society that continuously still hates you. So you have to be calm. And you have to take all of that built up anger and somehow turn it into pride so that you don't have internalized hate for yourself, because we wake up every day with these people telling us to hate ourselves, and having self-hate is the right way to go. From a very young age, the first thing we learn is oppression. I'm talking about the first thing we learn is Emmett Till, Rodney King, Fred Hampton, Huey Newton. We have to learn why light-skinned people are light-skinned sometimes. When we're young, we ask, why is so-and-so light-skinned and I'm so dark-skinned? Oh, because the slave master used to take people wives, their 13-year-old daughters, and take them in the back and make children with them. We have to learn about slavery. We have to watch The Color Purple. We have to watch the whole Atlantic slave trade happen. We have to learn how these people brought diseases over here, brought beaten and battered people, and beaten them more, battered them more, take advantage of their women. Yes, from a very young age, from the age of 4, when you ask your mom, why am I dark skinned and my brother light skinned? Why was my brother born with red hair? Why is my last name German? These are things that are internalized, and it's not enough nurture in the world that a white woman could have, like a black woman that can nurture or heal these wounds, especially since the oppression comes from her bloodline. This trauma is embedded in our DNA, and not only is it embedded in our DNA, we have to wake up every day and see how this system is still in place and it was never reformed. That 1 generation ago, my mom was in a segregated school. That 2 generations ago, my grandmother was born on a plantation to sharecroppers. Yeah, we have to see this. It's every day. We had to wake up as a young black man and see Trayvon Martin on the news, and a long list of more. And they are embedded in their DNA with manipulation, violence, colonization. Every single place that Europeans have touched, there was violence, there was oppression, there was overthrowing. Central America, South America, North America. Every single country in Africa has been colonized except for one. And even that country, they attempted to colonize it. I'm talking about the Middle East. These people that are in the Middle East right now, of that skin tone, are not the original people. That they came from Poland, Sweden, Ukraine down there. Everything that they've touched has turned to violence and corruption. It's in their DNA. There's no way that you have a nurturing soul as a white woman enough to nurture the soul of a black man. So how are you going to fight a system of white supremacy when you're laid up with the oppressor? When we look at you, what we see is you going and laying down to heal in the arms of the woman that gave you lashes. When you're going to heal in the arms when we look at you, it looks like you're going to lay down on the chest of Master and say, can you please heal these wounds that you've opened and poured salt in over and over and over? And I don't care if your one white woman is pro-black. She comes from a white family. And there's not one white person in this entire country, if you ask them, is your parents MAGA? And if they parents ain't MAGA, ask them if they uncle MAGA. Ask them if their little cousins gotten involved with this at 22, 23 years old as Gen Z. Ask them if their grandfather, what side of history they was on when they was letting them dogs go and pouring and spraying people down with water hose. When they was calling my mama the N-word and telling her that she don't belong in this white school. And she had to fight to go to a school of arts and then get a bachelor's degree and a master's degree just for her to come out. And these same people to this day in 2025 and tell her that she's not qualified and she's a DEI hire. These same people are in office right now. And it's not just the politicians. It's the school board. It's the corporations. It's everything. Down to the grocery stores, down to the loans, to the mortgages. These people will never understand the amount of oppression and systematic racism. You have to learn this from the age of 4. You would never understand this. And when these people marry a white person, when you marry a woman, you marry into their family, man. You don't marry a person, you marry their family. You marry their history, you marry their lineage, and you procreate with this lineage. So it's either you're going to be pro-black or you're just going to shut the fuck up and be what you are. You can't keep a raccoon out the trash can. Shut the fuck up and go to the suburbs and live your little life with your little fucking son named Zion or Jaden or whatever the fuck you want to name him, and let him play baseball with his half-ass 2C textured ass hair. Even down to the hair we have to learn when I'm young. You can't wear this hairstyle because this is going to give off the wrong impression to police. Man, come on now. And when it comes down to white men dating black women, I don't even want to get in that. Somebody else can do that. A black woman that date white men, she might just got a badass wig.
Hi guys, my name is Mercy and you're welcome back to the channel. Let me say this loud and clear. People love to police others because it's easier than confronting the real system that hurts us. Every time a topic like this goes viral, folks rush to judge individuals instead of asking the harder questions. What are you actually doing for your community when no one is watching? Being pro-black has never been about who you fall in love with. It's about what you stand for when the system tries to crush your community. It's about the policies you defend, the voice you uplift, and the battle you show up for. You can be married to a black partner and still not care about black people. You can be married to a white partner and still put everything on the line for black liberation. So guys, let's see how people are reacting to these videos. We'll come back to talk about it.
I'm walking down the street and I see a black man with a white woman. There's a weakness in him. Ooh. Something in him is weak. And I see a black woman with a white man, despite all the historical context that we know that sits behind that. I think, oh, she must have got she's tired. Like she must have got so fed up that she's getting to rest now.
You can't make this shit up, people.
Stop the cap. Right now. Stop the cap.
Hey there, my message today is for white women married to black men. If you are not a white woman married to a black man, then you can feel free to stay. But I'm specifically talking to you white women who are married to black men. You are the person who needs to be educating yourself and deconstructing your own inner subconscious biases, white supremacy culture that you've been raised in, and the racism that exists within you. But how could I have those things? I'm married to a black man. Obviously, I'm not racist at all. That is a huge misconception, and that is the problem. And when you hear black folks say that the black Americans' biggest enemy is white liberal women, that's what they're talking about. We think, oh, we're perfect. We are everyone's dream prize. because we're not racist and we're all for community and all of those things because we're liberal. The thing is, thinking that way prevents us from growing and learning. You cannot have been raised in the United States of these here Americas without having been highly influenced by the white supremacist culture in which we live. So it is within you and it is impacting decisions you make, the way that you respond, how you treat other people. It's in there and it needs to be acknowledged and then deconstructed, because you can't just deconstruct something that you don't believe is there. So I'm going to be showcasing different books and different content creators on here who really are doing a fantastic job and working really hard to make the world a better place. That's the stuff we think we're doing, but we're actually not. We're just sitting back and smiling. So so follow me and we'll go on this journey together, because even though I've been doing this work for 30 plus years, there's always more to be done. We are never done deconstructing.
Who you marry tells me who you are. When you marry a woman, you don't just marry her. You marry her culture. You marry her community. You marry her people. You understand? So when a black man marries a white woman, he's making several clear points and messages he's sending out to his own people. Because there's no greater symbol of your loyalty to your struggle than to marry a sister who shares that struggle. Black men have married outside their race, Envy, more than the men of all other races in America put together as a percentage. How do you explain that? Is love purely blind? I disagree. Love is a function of your values and your priorities. I would argue the reason black men marry white women is because they wish they were white themselves.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. Why do you guys find this weird? Is it because love is love and people can love whoever they want? Or is it you just have a problem with a black man who is successful dating a white woman? Because last time I checked, these men are all happy. I saw this video of a guy saying that this basketball player never smiled so much until he got a white girlfriend. And it offended that man so bad that this player was happy with a white woman. Love has no color. Love is love. This is a phenomenon in my opinion. Because last time I checked, it's always an issue when it's a black man getting a white woman. Especially when it's a successful black man. They don't really care about the broke black men getting white women. I mean, they care a little bit. Rich black man? Oh, no. You better not get you a white woman. But it's funny that broke black women will be like, get you a white man. Get you a rich white man. So quick to want to get a white man because they see money involved. When a black man is truly happy with a white woman and he just so happens to be successful, it eats a fucking hole in their soul. I'm talking about right now. If you were to look up this subject on TikTok, you would find hundreds of videos of black women upset over dudes that will never look at them. What makes me laugh about this whole thing is that these women be mad at these white women for no reason. Because these white women are actually more successful than you'll ever be. These basketball and football players are not just picking up random white women off the street. They also date successful people. It just so happens that these white women that they're dating are either successful models, have successful business careers. Plus, there is plenty of black athletes marrying black women. I don't even understand why this is a fucking problem. Maybe black athletes just like real hair when they're pulling it. What?
But black men marry outside of their race more than every other group of men per capita.
And I'm not making this as an excuse or an example.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that cannot be attributed purely to coincidence. But I'm loyal to the black woman because she suffered the most at the hands of this society and this planet. And because I come from a black woman, I have a special obligation towards her. And when I look at when our successful black men tend to marry out or reproduce outside of the community, on some level, it can be insulting to our sisters.
Okay.
I consider it insulting to the community as a whole. As someone who works in the school, I've had to entertain conversations with black girls who are asking Dr. Umar, is there something wrong with me? Because it appears that when you all make it, y'all always abandon the community in pursuit of your spouse.
This right here is an image of a man making grown man decisions. Now, this just so happens to be an image that has got the internet on absolute fire, or more specifically, the black side of X. Now, This seems to have inflamed much of its audience based upon, you guessed it, there happens to be a black man proposing to a white woman. Folks, we are in the year of our Lord 2025, and this is still a conversation. A grown man is choosing to join himself in the holiest of matrimony to a woman that he sees as fitting to be his wife. The thing that many of us push towards. We emphasize when it comes to our men today. Go out there, brothers, and get married. Do the right thing. He's doing the right thing. Hopefully he's doing the right thing. I don't know who this lady is necessarily. Don't know too much about her. I know a little bit about him. Used to hoop back in the day, play for one of my favorite teams. But Patrick Beverley is getting heat for essentially being married to an individual who does not share his same complexion. That's the worst thing he did here. So for all those who are absolutely miserable human beings, you are the problem. This man right here, living his own grown-ass life. This woman right here, living hers. You've got issues if you've got an issue with this.
People keep acting like interracial relationships automatically means someone has lost their identity. No, what exposes someone is their actions. Are they speaking out against police brutality? Are they fighting for equal opportunities? Are they calling out racism even when it's uncomfortable? That's the measure, not who they share a house with. At the end of the day, talk is cheap. What matters is the work, the consistency, the courage to stand with your people even when it costs you something. So, instead of arguing over someone's relationship, let's focus on the real fight. The fight for dignity, the fight for justice and equality that doesn't stop at anyone's door.